Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Holmdel High School Guidance Department Spring Junior Parent Presentation. This presentation is designed to mirror the individual meetings that have recently begun with each rising senior. At this point, most of you have likely already begun to explore the college application process with your child. It is our goal that by the end of this presentation, you will have an overview of what to expect and how to navigate the next 6 months or so. As always, please do not hesitate to reach out to your child's counselor with any questions or concerns. Our website and Instagram account are two very valuable resources you may want to utilize throughout this process. This presentation will be presented by the following counselors: Mr. Joe Clores, Mrs. Jillian Chandler, Ms. Jennifer Jordan, who is the TLR for Mrs. Tracy Marasco, myself, Nicole Wilson, and Mrs. Lori Vona. Here's an overview of what you can expect to be covered throughout this presentation. We will be discussing each of these topics in more detail, beginning with where we are now, the spring of junior year. We will then move on to the summer and fall of senior year. There are a couple of key words to keep in mind when going through this process with your child. The first being compartmentalize. It can be easy for this process to become overwhelming. It was helpful and important to break down the process into more manageable, short-term objectives. Focus on the more immediate tasks right now, such as college visits and research, as well as standardized testing. The next one is ownership. While your children are lucky to have you for their support, they really need to be the ones to take the lead on this process, gaining greater independence. Students should be the only ones ever contacting the admissions office or reaching out to admissions representatives.
There are thousands of schools to choose from, and the goal is to select schools that will offer students the very best fit. Consider what type of schools you are interested in. Community colleges are 2-year schools that will allow you to earn credits in core general education classes while commuting to campus in pursuit of an associate's degree. This can be a final goal for some students or a transitional step in preparation to ultimately transfer to a 4-year college. A major benefit of community colleges is low-cost tuition. Alternatively, you may be seeking a 4-year college that will offer an opportunity to live on campus and begin pursuit of your bachelor's degree. When selecting a school, consider the following criteria. Location. This is a primary decision-making factor for most students. How far away from home are you comfortable? How easy and accessible is travel to and from your hometown and the campus? Is the campus located in or near a city? What is the access to shopping, restaurants, and entertainment? Size of campus is also a major factor that students will consider when making a decision. This will impact the number of students in classes, as well as the variety of extracurricular activities. It may also impact if classes are instructed by teaching assistants or directly by professors. It will also have an impact on if professors have a first name basis with students and the kind of rapport that they can build. Additionally, frequency of opportunities to meet new people and the reach of alumni networks may be affected by school size. Be sure when you're selecting a school that they have the major that you're interested in. You may also wish to consider if they've dedicated resources to get the latest technology, labs, and building facilities to support that area of study. Finally, consider the athletic and extracurricular opportunities and if those mirror your interests. If you are a student athlete, look at the division the sports compete at and if that matches the division you're qualified to play in. Naviance is an excellent way to determine which schools may be a fit. It's a springboard to decide where to continue exploration through visiting websites and taking campus tours. Every student has a Naviance account with unique login credentials that they receive during their freshman meeting. If your student cannot remember their username and password, they should reach out to their counselor. The Super Match will allow students to answer questions about what they are looking for in an experience and identify schools that meet their needs. Schools can be added to the colleges I'm thinking about list by clicking the heart next to the school's name. Naviance will display detailed information about a college and its features in the scatograms. Scatograms are particularly useful visual representations of students who've applied over the past several years. Plot points show applicants' standardized test scores and GPA and tell if they were accepted, denied, or waitlisted. This is useful information in deciding if a school is a safety, where a student exceeds their expectations, a target, where a student is on par with historically admitted applicants, or a reach, where the student does not have the scores but is hoping other aspects of their application stand out. Far more than GPA and SAT are typically considered in the admissions process. Items including recommendation letters, essays, and extracurricular involvement are other factors that can impact an admissions decision.
Standardized testing is an important part of the college admissions process. Test scores are traditionally required by most colleges. However, many are remaining test score optional. So please be sure to check on the requirements of the colleges you are interested in. The spring SATs are offered here at Holmdel High School on May 7th and June 4th. So you can sign up at collegeboard.org. Some recent changes made to the SATs are there are no more essay sections, and SAT subject tests are no longer available. ACTs are also available to take, and they are offered on June 11th and July 16th. Sign up at act.org. It's important to keep in mind all the areas that colleges will be looking at. Being well-rounded and getting involved in things that interest you is the key. When participating in extracurricular activities, it's a good idea to be consistent, and instead of dabbling in everything, pick a few and try your best to make a commitment to them over multiple years. Take on greater responsibilities and explore gaining work experiences. And through your extracurriculars and work experience, stretch beyond and begin to take on leadership roles. Don't just be a doer, become a leader. Colleges will also look at your letters of recommendation, so make careful consideration as to who you request them from. We will go over that in more detail a bit later. And of course, they will look at the courses you have chosen over the years and the final grades. However, in senior year, colleges will want to see how well you are performing throughout the year, and your mid-year grades will be sent to them as well. So remembering to keep up your efforts throughout the year is very important. College fairs are a great opportunity to learn more about the schools and speak directly to an admissions representative. These are often the same individuals who will be reviewing your applications. So keep in mind that the first impression is important. Being sure to thank them for their time and follow up with a thank you email as well. There are 2 upcoming college fairs in April to check out. On Wednesday, April 20th at 5 p.m., the Meadowlands Exposition Center at Harmon Meadows will be hosting the NACAC National College Fair. And on Thursday, April 21st at 6:30, Brookdale Community College will be hosting the Monmouth County Spring College Fair. This spring is a great time to check out the colleges and take a tour of the campuses. Researching only goes so far. You really need to set foot on the campus in order to really know if you can see yourself there for the next several years. And be sure to visit when there are students on campus and activities taking place. This will give you the best experience. From campus tours, open houses, and information sessions to Student for a Day programs, take advantage of all you can. Every time you attend one of these opportunities, you not only gain experience and information, but the colleges discover how interested you truly are about attending their institution. And that goes a long way.
When determining who to ask for a letter of recommendation, we recommend that juniors ask 2 teachers, one from the math or science department and one from humanities. Students should not necessarily ask teachers with whom they've earned the best grades from, but from teachers who know them well, who can say kind words about them, who have seen them overcome obstacles and adversity, and have seen them work their hardest to be successful. Students should ask their teachers face-to-face and ask them by the end of their junior year. In the fall of their senior year, students will then request the letters of recommendation through Naviance. Teachers will then submit those letters through Naviance, and they will be sent directly to the colleges or universities of the student's choice. They will also be sent along with their transcripts and any other documents that are necessary. Letters may be submitted by outside sources as well, from coaches, bosses, volunteer supervisors, scouts leader, anything along those lines. These letters do not count or replace the teacher recommendation letters listed on each school's admissions checklist, and they cannot be submitted through Naviance. Students are responsible for contacting the colleges and universities regarding their process for submitting these outside letters. Students thinking of playing a Division I or II sport should speak to their counselor about the NCAA clearinghouse process. Final junior year transcripts, as well as SAT and ACT scores, must be submitted in order to be eligible as a freshman in college to play a sport. We also suggest that students create an account at eligibilitycenter.org. The summer months are an ideal time for rising seniors to begin working on their senior packets. It is more manageable to complete these over the summers as the students have less stress dealing with homework. The senior packets can be found on our guidance department website. They are designed to help your child's counselor write the best recommendation letter possible for your student. The senior packet consists of 4 items: the records release form, the student questionnaire, the parent brag sheet, and the resume. The records release form should be signed by the student and parent and authorizes Holmdel High School to release transcripts and necessary documents to the schools your child is applying to. The student questionnaire consists of 17 questions and should be filled out by the student. This provides counselors with a broader understanding of the students, their experiences and challenges, as well as their aspirations and goals. Students should be as detailed as possible when answering these questions. The parent brag sheet should be completed by a parent or guardian. It allows the opportunity to share information about the student that we may not know. Lastly, a resume. There is a resume template on our website that the students can use. The resume should include clubs, sports, extracurricular activities, volunteer work, work experience, and any awards or accolades that the student has received. These packets are important and provide valuable information for the counselors to use when writing letters of recommendation and help us to expand on the students' achievements, goals, and character.
So a few more things to consider for the summer months. The Common App has already posted their essay prompts for the 22-23 school year, so students can get started on their essay. Very often, the questionnaire section of the senior packet starts them thinking about how to approach their essay. So perhaps completing that task first may be preferable. The essay is a way of students differentiating themselves from other applicants. The senior English teachers typically help students early in the school year editing and proofing their essay And of course, use the summer to continue visiting college campuses. Moving to the fall of senior year, counselors will be meeting their seniors in groups early in September and then individually for their senior meeting. At that time, they'll submit hard copies of their completed senior packet, review their updated transcript, and arrange to have their recommending teachers' names added to Naviance. There will be a senior parent night on a date to be announced in the future in September. The application process will be outlined in more detail. Also, early in the senior year, there'll be a financial aid night sometime in October with a professional college financial aid official who will outline tips on filling out the FAFSA and discuss grants, loans, and the entire financial aid process. So for a quick summary of what we've discussed, you may want to review this presentation again as you move through the process. Encourage your students to use their time wisely this summer by completing their senior packet and also beginning their essay writing. Continue visiting colleges and complete any final standardized tests. We hope this presentation has been helpful in getting started with this process. Please remind your student to seek help and advice from their counselor throughout the process. Best of luck to you.